All right, let's let the show begin. think this is hilarious. What is Bernie Sanders' net worth? $2.5 million, and he's talking about people being underinsured. That's a crock of shit. What's up?
Yo,
Are you listening?
I can hear it now. All right, Justin, you there? Can you hear me? All right, there we go. All right, I'm here. Sorry about that, fellas. I just got off work. Oh shit! I should have been off 2 hours ago.
Man.
Yeah, I hate managing a pizza restaurant. This shit sucks. Yeah, go figure. My dumbasses decided to go from fucking driving trucks to making pizzas. However, I do have my beer and my blunt
Nice.
as I ride. Fuck it. Slaughterbeck style. Fuck it. Beer in the cup holder tonight. It's been kind of that kind of day.
Man, I must be deaf as hell, or maybe it's just the volume is up too high.
That's possible because I can hear you loud and clear. And I'm kind of excited. I'm off work, got that beer in the cup holder.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know who Joe Biden reminds me of? He reminds me of
Oh,
Walter from Jeff Dunham.
okay.
That's who he reminds me
Gotcha.
of.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Who are you rooting for, Matt, in the Democratic debates?
In the Democratic debates,
Yeah.
I haven't really been paying attention. I really don't give a shit. I feel like anybody but Trump right now. Because, like, this guy, I mean, I know a lot of military guys like him because, Republicans tend to, you know, be more pro military. But, yeah, this fucker is retarded. Like, I don't know whose idea this was. I don't know who let him run. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is about. But, yeah, that's why I voted. Hell, I voted for Obama for a third term.
Well.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
I knew my vote wasn't gonna mean shit. He won Missouri,
Right.
so so I was like, yeah, fuck it. Hey, at least my weed is legal now.
True. True. I mean, small victories.
Right, I'll take them as I can. Shit. Not supposed to be riding around smoking, but whatever, you know.
Yeah. You don't drink and drive, you sip and cruise.
That's it.
We do not
Shit.
advocate drunk driving, by the way.
No, fuck no. First of all, I would have to be drunk. First beer, I'm a fucking sailor. I mean, I still have a fucked up stomach and, strong iron kidneys.
Right.
Filter
Man,
all
I
that shit
can't
out.
stand this Kamala Harris chick. Like,
You know, it's touch and go uh, with her stances. Like her feminist stances, I'm like, all right, I see where you're coming from. But some of the other stuff, it's like, who cares? You know what I
well,
mean?
it's like they're asking her right now, like, if she were to be elected, like, what would she do, like, in the Middle East?
Fuck the same thing the last five some bitches did. Nothing. Either send troops or pull troops out. I mean, that's fucking how it goes.
She's saying a 2% wealth tax.
For what? Make these motherfuckers pay taxes. If they just pay taxes, period, that would clear up a lot of the bullshit. Like being a business owner who's made hundreds of millions of dollars and saying, "Oh, I took a $50,000 loss," and not
Yeah,
having
but
to
I
pay
mean, like, that's the
taxes.
same debate, like, when people say, oh, well, Amazon didn't pay federal taxes last year. And, like, one of the things that it's like the absolute mouth breathers that, come out with that. And I'm like, okay, I wonder how much they paid in work comp. I wonder how much they paid in payroll taxes. I wonder, how much they paid in state taxes. But
Oh,
then,
I know two people that got work comp cases against Amazon,
yeah,
and that's
but I
just
mean,
here in
but like
Kansas
what I'm
City.
saying is work comp pays or Amazon pays a premium every month to state fund for workers' compensation,
Right.
like to cover the employees in case they get hurt.
That's true.
And
Well, no, they pay an insurance company
yeah,
like ESIS or Traders or God, I can think of about six other ones.
yeah,
Um, let's see, Lords, what is it? Lords of London or Lloyd's of London?
yeah,
That's actually a work comp insurance. Uh, the ones they carry on football players.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right, let's see what this
work comp
mayor dude is
insurance.
saying.
Now, Buttigieg or whatever.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Hey, you know what? I actually see him winning the. I see him winning the nomination. Everything
Like,
he said, everything right. He's like the white Obama right now.
well,
Like,
it's like what kills me is like in the pre-show they were talking about how one of the people uh did an ad with a stock image of Kenya pandering to black voters. And I'm like, so does
well, that
that
was
mean like
ignorant.
to get my vote, are they gonna like post some like drunk Irish people? I mean, like,
Ah, I don't know, bro. Like, yeah, it's that type of shit. You know for a fact that each candidate has an audience that they don't know how to fucking deal with.
no,
Like, Trump doesn't know how to talk to women.
no, not at all.
You know what I mean? Uh, but he under business folks, and I say folks, business folks, because there's some women in there, like Nancy DeVos or a couple of other people that he's nominated to cabinet positions that were prominent business people or come from prominent business families.
Yeah,
So I'm sure he doesn't talk to Nancy DeVos from the DuPont family like he would his wife, for
yeah,
example. You see what I mean? Like he's not going to talk to another billionaire the same way he talks to his wife, who he's
yeah.
sponsoring. That type of shit. Like, yeah,
You know the
and a lot of the things. Like, I'm still surprised this dude got elected. Like, if he wins
dude,
another
I'm
term,
not
I'm
surprised
fucking moving to
one bit that he
Mexico.
got
Fuck it.
elected. Not surprised one bit that he got elected. And here's why. Like,
Okay.
I said it then, the DNC shit the bed because two things. So Trump was elected over Hillary because Trump ran as an anti-establishment candidate.
Yeah.
So did Bernie. Here's the problem. Who did the DNC back? They backed fucking Hillary.
Yeah.
So not only that, but Bernie would have demolished Trump because
Easily.
all people saw with the Trump Hillary campaign was fucking Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson. All they saw
Yeah.
was fucking
And those
uh
emails fucked her. Period.
yeah,
Those
they did.
emails fucked her. They fucked her on the whole election. Like, at the
Well,
end of
and
the
here's
day,
the thing,
that's what cost her.
like watching this whole impeachment thing, you know, I mean, Democrats are going to fuck themselves again because at the end of the day, as they are publicly showing this whole thing, I mean, like this whole impeachment is reminiscent to the OJ trial to me.
No, go back to how they did Clinton. How the Republicans did Clinton in '98.
Yeah, but what did Clinton do? I mean, but the thing is, like,
He got
there
out of
is not
office and told him to kiss his ass.
there is not one
You see what I
person,
mean?
there is not one person, not even Hillary, believed that Hill didn't get a little sucky sucky in the
I
oral
mean, but
office.
I mean, listen, and he did. And she wrote a book and was a porn star and did this and lost a bunch of weight and now she's sexy, whatever. However, at the end of the day, Bill Clinton did the right thing. He got impeached. He got out of office. He chunked the deuces up to the public light. Never heard
And
from Bill again until he was at a funeral. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but
And that
like,
was it. Like, that was the smartest shit Bill did. He
yeah,
went and got him a motherfucking law firm, opened up a law firm in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? That's a hell of a come up from Hope, Arkansas. I know
well,
where Hope,
yeah,
Arkansas is. You know what I mean? Like, it,
and there ain't no hope.
man,
Yeah.
little bit nut bush ass town.
All
Like, look, there ain't shit there.
right,
Like, they
this
have a whole museum just for Clinton and his family.
because he fucking paid for it. All right, let's see
Put that
what
in
they're
after
asking.
he's elected.
Let's see what they're asking Buttigieg.
Oh, God, this fucking rain is stupid.
Sup, Dougie
And
Fresh? You
everybody
want
wants.
Medicare for all?
Hell yeah.
All
Hell yeah. That part, I believe healthcare should be a socialistic right. I believe everybody is entitled to fucking being healthy. Period. It's not gonna slow up the fucking funeral homes. You know what I mean? There's still gonna be assholes out here like me that hate going to doctors. I mean, but I feel like that option should be out there.
like
You know what
I
I mean?
mean, I
Even
have a
if you
hard
make up
time
the
with
cost of fucking health insurance or
I have a hard time with
prescriptions.
all these people that are talking about, how expensive shit is when all these people are way wealthier than I am. Like, there's no way that they can relate to someone not getting their insulin every month and dying because they fucking go into a
Sugar,
diabetic
blood
coma and
sugar
die.
goes up too high. Yeah,
You
and
know?
that's the thing. Like, and I, okay, so the other day I watched that American Greed about the guy who jacked up the cost on. He kept buying the pharmaceutical companies
Yeah.
and jacking up the prices on like super important medicines. Why would you jump in front of me and do 55? You fucking idiot. Excuse me. Anywho, mind
All
you,
right.
I drive a suburban,
Let's see
so
what the
it's
rest are
like,
saying. Let's see what Bernie's saying about healthcare.
oh, you know, Bernie wants health care for everybody. You get a shot. You get a shot. You get a shot. Like that's how he feels. Dude, you are a fucking idiot. You literally jumped in front of me to do 55, and it's 65 over here. I don't give a fuck if it's raining, idiot. Out the fucking fast lane. God.
All in favor of Tulsi Gabbard being president, raise your hand.
How's that? Ah, there he goes.
There you go.
All right, I got it that time. Yeah, I don't know why it muted itself. I think it's because I'm driving. I don't know. Well, good. Nobody heard me talking shit about what I was going to be doing on my way to pick up something to eat.
Nope.
Good deal. Yeah, because I had threatened a few people in traffic and all type of shit. Probably don't need video evidence of that. You're
Like, that's the first time that they've gone to Tulsi the whole
I
time, right, Ryan?
with you.
Like, and this shit pisses me off because all they're focusing on Kamala Harris, which, like, if she were to drive off the side of the road and crash and die, that would be fine. And Biden and Elizabeth Warren.
Like, we need to go out and do some man PT.
Oh boy, Kamala versus Tulsi.
Elizabeth Warren, I could see her being like a sleeper pick
No way.
between her. Oatmeal. What's her name? I know she's like from Missouri or Kansas. I think. Know she was talking about running. What's her name? Oh hell, the girl that played in the WNBA.
I don't know. Hang on one second, Matt.
Mm-hmm. Sipping and sliding, sipping and sliding. Well, I guess it's not 55 over here. Let's not get that ticket this close to the school. Justin, hold your head up, dog. You like hella snoring.
Oh, fuck that chick. Like, let her finish.
Let's see. What's I have for dinner? There's Subway, man. Parties, man. Taco Hell. No, hell no. Not drinking. Mm.
This is like that dude is like Ross Perot reincarnated.
Oh shit.
That's what he reminds me of.
Wasn't Perot a Democrat?
2016. I thought he was Republican. In 2018.
I thought it was too.
Didn't he? Oh no, he ran against Clinton. Never mind. You're right. You're right. I'm sober. Whatever. Mind you, I was like 11, 9 or 10, somewhere in there. So to remember the guy's name, I'm doing great.
Correction. Ross Perot ran as an independent.
That makes sense. Holy hell. Ooh, Rio Grande Cantina.
Do these people not pay attention to Schoolhouse Rock on Saturday mornings? If you're president, you can't pass a goddamn amendment.
Facts. Those have to go through. I could have sworn they had to go through the House. But maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. This is only a bill. And sitting atop Capitol Hill. Hey, I do remember the song. I feel old now. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate that.
Welcome.
Yeah. Subway it is. Ooh, Fuji sushi. I'll never eat sushi from a place where it rhymes. I don't even make sense. All right, so. Okie dokie.
Ryan, what odds do you think that Yang has?
None.
Yeah, I agree.
Who?
What's his first name? Dan? What's Yang's first name?
Andrew.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that guy's an idiot too. His views on education are real way out there.
Yeah.
That's the guy that wanted to give everybody, I think it was like free college and free something else. It was really ridiculous. Whew. How's it going? Yeah, I left my wallet in the car anyway. Go ahead.
I just want to point out that aside from Tulsi Gabbard, absolutely none of them have ever answered a fucking question.
No, not at all. What about Mayor Pete, Ryan? What odds do you think he has? You don't think so? That's so stupid. Like, that's the stupidest comment I've heard so far.
Bro, this chick looks like she's tweaking.
She, dude, like, it's fucked up to say, but, you know, the nickname for a Chihuahua is a tremble rat, but goddamn, if she ain't got some fucking tremors going on right now, dude.
Dude, she looks like a suburban house mom that is going through cocaine withdrawals.
Right, yeah. Yeah, she's either had not enough Xanax, too much coke, and not enough booze. I can't help it, dude. Biden reminds me too much of Walter from Jeff Dunham.
I was just thinking that shit, dude. I was like, yo, why does...
Like, fucking exactly like this. Like, right here. Right here. Hold on. Right there. Fucking Walter.
Presidency is that the American people hear from him directly all the time about everything on Twitter and just about everywhere else. Setting aside your views of his tone, is that unfiltered communication something you as president would continue? Is this one of the norms broken by President Trump that needed to change?
So look, this president has broken norms, as you've said. He used his platforms to demean, degrade, and divide this country in ways that are repugnant and appalling. But the next president, whoever they are, is going to have to be someone who can heal and bring this nation together, this whole nation. So absolutely in that office, I will do whatever it takes to make sure we bring this country together. But it's not for a kumbaya moment. We are a nation that achieves great things when we stand together and work together and fight together. So absolutely. When I was mayor of the largest city in my state, and this is where I agree with Mayor Pete, mayoral experience is very important, and I happen to be the other Rhodes Scholar mayor on this stage. And what I learned there is that you have to be an executive that can heal. In my city, we have racial divides. We have geographic divides that go from wealth to people that are struggling. The success of my city was because we brought us all together and did things that other people said couldn't be done. When I am president of the United States, my campaign from the very beginning has not changed. My charge is to see a nation right now which has so much common pain, to channel that back into a sense of common purpose, and I will do whatever it takes, bringing creativity to that office like it's never been seen before.
Thank you, Senator. Rachel?
Chants of lock her up are
What is this lock her? Oh, that was the Hillary
opponents of the
shit,
president
huh?
against him. They've chanted lock him up at a recent World Series game in Washington and at a Veterans Day event in New York. And Senator Sanders at least two of your campaign events recently. Senator, should Democrats discourage this, or are you okay with it?
Well, I think the people of this country are catching on to the degree that this president thinks he is above the law. And what the American people are saying, nobody is above the law. And I think what the American people are also saying is, in fact, this president did break the law. He should be prosecuted like any other individual who breaks the law.
I don't even want to see that right now, Ryan.
To do.
My wife convinced me to do it's a egg fast for a week. All I do is eat eggs for 5 days. Like, yeah, Matt, Lord help the people that I have to work with. Whew. I will have some whiskey this weekend, though. God damn it. Promise.
Minimum wage to a living wage. When you talk about the climate crisis, the overwhelming majority of the American people know that it is real. They know we have to take on the fossil fuel industry. They know we have to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. Even on issues like guns, the American people are coming together to end the horrific level of gun violence. So I believe, we got to deal with Trump, but we also have to have an agenda that brings our people together so that the wealth and income doesn't just go to the people on top, but to all of us.
Vice President Biden, let me ask you to pick up on the issue that Senator Sanders just raised about no one being above the law. When President Ford pardoned President Nixon, he said it was to heal the country. Would you support a potential criminal investigation into President Trump after he leaves office, even if you thought it might further inflame the country's divisions?
Look, I would not direct my Justice Department like this president does. I'd let them make their independent judgment. I would not dictate who should be prosecuted or who should be exonerated. That's not the role of the President of the United States. It's the Attorney General of the United States, not the President's attorney, private attorney. And so I would, whatever was determined by the Attorney General I supported, that I appointed, let them make an independent judgment. If that was the judgment, that he violated the law and he should be, in fact, criminally prosecuted, then so be it. But I would not direct it. And I don't think it's a good idea that we model ourselves after Trump and say, lock him up. Look, we have to bring this country together. Let's start talking civilly to people and tweeting. The next president who starts tweeting should, anyway.
He's got a point about Twitter.
Country. And that's not who we are. That's not who
You're an asshole, Matt.
Follow the law.
I hate you right now.
Make the judgment as to whether or not someone should be prosecuted, period.
Senator Sanders, let me ask you briefly to respond to that, the difference of your opinion there with Vice President Biden.
Well, no, I think Joe is right. I think that it is the function of the Attorney General. But what I am of the opinion is that the American people now do believe, and the more they see these impeachment hearings on television, they do believe that we have a president who thinks he's above the law. We have a president who is engaged in corruption. We have a president who has obstructed justice. And in my view, somebody who's violated the Emoluments Clause. I think Joe is right. That is the function of an independent Department of Justice. But my inclination is that the American people do believe that this president is in violation of the law. Can I respond very quickly?
Briefly, Senator.
Distinction. Should he be impeached and should he be thrown out of office? That's one question. He's very close to impeach. He's indicted himself. Number two, after he's thrown out of office or after he's defeated, should he be he then prosecuted? Should he be prosecuted for a criminal offense while he was president? That's a judgment to be made by an attorney general.
Mr. Vice President, thank you. Ashley.
We now focus on an issue facing many Americans, childcare and paid family leave. Here in Georgia, the average price of infant daycare can be as much as $8,500 per child per year. That's more than in-state tuition at a 4-year public college in Georgia. Mr. Yang, what would you
Sounds
do
about right.
financial burden?
There are only 2 countries in the world that don't have paid family leave for new moms, the United States of America and Papua New Guinea. That is the entire list, and we need to get off this list as soon as possible. I would pass paid family leave as one of the first things we do. I have 2 kids myself who are 4 and 7, one of whom is autistic and has special needs, and it's breaking families' backs. We need to start supporting our kids and families from the beginning, because by the time they're showing up to pre-K and kindergarten, in many cases they're already years behind. Studies have shown that 2/3 of our kids' educational outcomes are determined by what's happening to them at home. This is stress levels, number of words read to them as children, type of neighborhood, whether a parent has time to spend with them. So we need to have a freedom dividend in place from day one, $1,000 a month for every American adult, which would put, in many cases, $2,000 a month into families' pockets so that they can either pay for childcare or, if they want, stay home with the child. We should not be pushing everyone to leave the home and go to the workforce. Many parents see that trade-off and say if they leave the home and work, they're going to be spending all the money on childcare anyway. In many cases, it would be better if the parent stays home with the child.
Thank you, Mr. Yang. Sticking with this topic, no parent in the United States is federally guaranteed a single day of paid leave when they have a new baby. A number of you on stage tonight have plans to address this. Senator Harris, you're one of the candidates proposing legislation to guarantee up to 6 months of paid family leave. And Senator Klobuchar, you're one of the candidates proposing up to 3 months. I want to hear from both of you on this, starting with you, Senator Klobuchar. Why 3 months?
I looked at this economically, and I want to make sure that we help people because, as just pointed out, we are way behind the curve. Our country.
Boy, this could be the paid family leave could be a major thing to consider as companies in are allowing people to work remotely and as part of a benefits package. But if it's mandated, I mean that's rough though. Like who's gonna pay for someone to be out of work for 6 months?
My website at amyklobuchar.com. You will see my plans, and you're also going to see how I'm going to pay for it. And I think that is so important because
You're muted, Ryan.
I'm not against paid family leave. I'm not against, paying mothers and fathers who just had a baby leave for, some period of time. I'm not against it at all. However, I don't think the fucking federal government has anything to do with it.
No.
I don't think the federal government dictates to any fucking private company how they pay their employees and when they pay them and why, you have to give them 6. Okay, no. Because you know what? If I want to be a cool boss and I just don't care and I have the ability to do it, yeah, sure, I'll pay you for a few months while you take care of your kid. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm not fucking paying anybody for fucking 6 months who ain't fucking working.
Right. Well, and all that's going to do is if the employer has to pay for that, let's talk about how quick women in the workplace is going to fall through the floor. I mean,
it's already a huge fucking issue. Women on average work hella less than men.
Yeah.
Because they take off when they're sick. They take off for appointments and to do this and that and the other. Then put on top of that, they have fucking kids. And now you want to sit there and say, oh, you get 3 months or 6 months or whatever paid fucking leave every time you have a kid. Bro, I know chicks through no fault of their own, but they've got 6 fucking kids and they're all a year and a half apart. So you want to tell me I'm for the whole fucking year, but I'm only getting half the fucking work from you? No, the federal government absolutely no purpose, no boundary, no fucking right to tell any employer that they have to do that. This is not something that you can legislate. This is not something that the federal government has any business trying to do.
So do other countries? So other countries, because like the way that I understand federal law right now in the U.S. is men can take time off and they can get baby bonding time, but it's unpaid. Period. Just you're shit out of luck. Whatever time you take off, that's the time you take off. Women get, was it 16 weeks, I believe, and that's they get paid through disability, which isn't even 100% of like their whole, wages or salary. So, but like for women during that 16 weeks, the government pays that, or the state disability pays that.
Like some countries do it. Oh, different countries do it different ways. Some do, some pay them, some don't. Some do it through disability. Some it's just like paid maternity leave or whatever through the company or whatever. But like, like the thing is, and this is gonna sound really harsh to a lot of people. The thing is, having a kid is your fucking choice.
Right?
Your fucking choice is keeping you out of work.
Yeah.
So if I am a cool boss and I have the opportunity, ability to take care of my employees like that, that's one thing. But no federal fucking government has any business demanding that I, as an employer, pay for your choices. Your choices are quite literally decreasing the amount of production I get from you, and I'm still supposed to pay you the same the entire time. No, fuck that.
Yeah. Well, and what's going to happen? I mean, the second that an employee tells their employer that they're pregnant or they show signs of being pregnant, if they're in a state that's an at-will employer, oh fuck, labor law is going to be having a heyday with that one, because then all their like that manager, if
I don't feel like paying you for 6 months, so you're fired.
Yeah. But they're
you don't have to show cause.
Yeah, it's we no longer need your services. Thank you. Now, granted, am I going to have to pay unemployment for you for a little while? Sure. But it's a whole hell of a lot fucking better than paying full benefits and wages for 6 months.
Yeah.
So, like, companies are going to be firing women left and fucking right unless they are worth their weight in gold. Like, they are a fucking C-level executive who can work remotely, that's a workaholic to begin with. Like, I mean,
but see,
Jesus.
Those women are not the women who have kids and try to work. Those are the women, times out of 10, who don't have kids and don't want kids.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, you're muted. Matt, you're muted. Nigga, unmute yourself. Damn. Lips is still moving, bro. Yo, somebody help this guy. Come on, man.
Garage converted to be a bedroom for my 3 brothers. So I've got a plan.
Oh no, he's unmuted. Your shit just janky as shit.
For the poor, for senior place, for people with disabilities, for people who are coming back from being incarcerated. It's about tenants' rights, but there's one more piece. Housing is how we build wealth in America. The federal government has subsidized the purchase of housing for decades for white people and has said for black people, you're cut out of the deal. That was known as redlining. When I built a housing plan, it's not only a housing plan about building new units, it's a housing plan about addressing what is wrong about government-sponsored discrimination, how we need to address it, and we need to say we're going to reverse it. Thank you, Senator. Senator Booker?
I'm so grateful. Yeah. As a mayor who was a mayor during a recession, who was a mayor during a housing crisis, who started my career as a tenants' rights lawyer, this are all good points.
I like how Cory Booker keeps touting his service as a mayor of the largest city in New Jersey, which also happens to have always been, and it still is, the shittiest city in fucking New Jersey. Nothing that man did made any fucking difference. He did not improve that fucking city.
Yeah. We should just nickname him Tanning Bed Vin Diesel.
Your income in rent, then you will get a refundable tax credit between the amount you're paying and the area median rent. That empowers people in the same way we empower homeowners. And what that does is it actually poverty, 10 million people out. And by the way, for those people who are facing eviction, it is about time that the only people when they show up in rentals court that have a lawyer is not the landlord, it is also low-income families struggling to stay in their homes.
Thank you, Senator. Rachel, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with these candidates from the MSNBC, Washington Post, Democratic candidates debate in Atlanta, Georgia. Stay with us.
Like, I think it's fucked up, but hysterical at the same time that the amount of censorship towards the not ideal candidates that NBC is doing is worse than I think any of the presidential debates over probably the past 20 years.
Oh, dude, Tulsi Gabbard has a much higher profile, much higher profile than fucking Tom Steyer and fucking Amy Klobuchar combined, and they're just shutting her out.
Yeah, like, I mean, damn, I mean, Tulsi is the only one that has literally answered a fucking question so far, and you know, all the rest are just, they're doing their typical fucking politician, saying one thing out of the side of the mouth and the other thing out of the other side. That's all it is.
I'll give him that. He's definitely answered some questions, but like, it's not a debate. It's not a debate at all. Nobody's debating anything.
No.
They just keep saying this is why I should be president, and that's literally it.
So is this like their prediction right here?
No, it's just an analysis.
It hasn't really happened before, but if you take a look at this map, it's not impossible to see the electoral college tie happening. Let me show you what I mean. So first of all, for there's 3 states there.
What?
Aggressively, where they came really close in 2016. Not saying this is going to happen, but it's very possible Democrats could flip back Pennsylvania, big state of Pennsylvania. See those 20 electoral votes? They were pretty close in 2016. They had some strength there in 2018. Philadelphia suburbs. Let's say they were to get Pennsylvania. Let's say they were to add Michigan to that. Look at this. All of a sudden, you're in a 268, 270 scenario. You're very close to that tie. Now, Democrats could break past the tie just by winning Wisconsin. Wisconsin would give them the win. But Wisconsin, there are signs of maybe a little bit more resilience, a little bit more strength, enduring strength for Republicans in Wisconsin. Let's say the Democrats don't get Wisconsin, okay? But Democrats are also looking at Arizona. Again, if they win Arizona in this scenario, they could win the presidency. If they win Florida, if they win North Carolina, they just need to find one other state. But let's say they don't find another state. Let's say they get Pennsylvania. Let's say they get Michigan. Okay, Trump leads there, but there is still another option for Democrats. And again, it gets to this. See this stripe right here? Two electoral votes, and then you get one for each district. And in 2016, Trump won one, Clinton won one. Trump probably is very strong still in that district that he won, but there's one other state that does that. It's the state in there's a district in Nebraska around Omaha that Clinton only lost by 4 points. And it's got those characteristics, those sort of suburban characteristics that are favorable to Democrats. Let's say Democrats got that district around Omaha. There it is, 269, 269. How do you break the tie? You go to the House of Representatives. And it's not just every member gets a vote. Each state gets a vote. So California, 50-something members, they hold a vote among themselves. The winning candidate of that vote will get one vote, the state of California's vote. So whoever can get a majority of votes from each state delegation, that becomes the president. If it's 269, 269. Haven't seen it before. Probably won't see it in 2020, but we might.
Yeah, I doubt that. Highly fucking doubt that.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking retarded. Damn, did everybody leave? I'm just sitting here by myself. Well, America, you get to watch me Subway in my Domino's shirt.
That is more than double what was spent on the Obama administration's auto bailout. Mayor Buttigieg, would you continue those farm subsidies?
shouldn't have to pay farmers to take the edge off of a trade war that shouldn't have been started in the first place.
Agreed.
Not long ago, I was in Boone. A guy came up to me. He said, I got my Trump bailout check, but I would have rather spent that money on conservation. By the way, this isn't even making farmers whole. If you're in soybeans, for example, you're getting killed. And it's not just what this president's done with the trade war in a lot of parts of the country. The worst thing is these so-called small refinery waivers, which are killing those who are involved in ethanol. Look, I don't think this president cares one bit about farmers. He keeps asking them to take one for the team, but more and more I'm talking to people in rural America who see that they're not going to benefit from many of the solutions lie with American farmers, but we have to stand up for them, not just with direct subsidies and support, but with making sure we do something about the consolidation of monopolies that leave farmers with fewer places to purchase supplies from and fewer places to sell their product to. And American farming should be one of the key pillars of how we combat climate change. I believe that the quest for carbon negative the electric car in this country. And it's an important part of how we make sure that we get a message out around dealing with climate change that recruits everybody to be part of the solution, including conservative communities where a lot of people have been made to feel admitting climate science would mean acknowledging they're part of the problem.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I need you to answer the question. Would you need those subsidies or not?
Yes, but we won't need them because we're going to fix the trade war.
Thank you, sir. The UN recently reported that what was once called climate change is now a climate crisis, with drastic results already being felt. Climate is also an issue important to our audience. We received thousands of questions from our viewers, and many of them were about climate. Callista from Minneapolis writes this. Leading the world in resolving the climate crisis will be a multi-decade project, spanning far beyond even a two-term presidency. If you are elected president, how would you ensure that there is secure leadership and bipartisan support to continue this project? Congresswoman Gabbard.
This is an issue that impacts all of us as Americans and people all over the world. This is not a Democrat issue or Republican issue. This is about the environmental threats that each and every one of us face. These are the kinds of conversations that we're having in our town hall meetings and house parties in different parts of the country, where we have Democrats, Republicans, libertarians, and independents coming together saying, hey, we are all concerned about making sure that we have clean water to drink for our families, that we have clean air to breathe, that we're able to raise our kids in a community that's safe. It is the hyper-partisanship in Washington, unfortunately, that has created this gridlock that has stood in the way of the kinds of progress that I would bring about as president. Transitioning our country off of fossil fuels and ending the nearly $30 billion in subsidies that we as taxpayers are currently giving the fossil fuel industry is the green renewable economy.
Ryan, you're missing your girl.
With good paying jobs.
Run.
Investing in infrastructure, agriculture, that is a great contributor to the environmental threats we face, towards an agriculture system, the regional production of food, healthy food that will actually feed the health and well-being of our people, leading as a leader in the world to make the global change necessary to address.
I want to bring in Mr. Steyer on this. You've made a central point of your political career to this issue of making changes that last, making changes that are permanent. Could you address that, sir?
Rachel, I'm the only person on this stage who will say that climate is the number one priority for me. Vice President Biden won't say it. Senator Warren won't say it. It's a state of emergency.
Isn't that what all these fuckers are complaining about? Is emergency powers that the president has used?
Presidency. I know that we have to do this. I spent a decade fighting and beating oil companies, stopping pipelines, stopping fossil fuel plants, ensuring clean energy across the country. I know that we have to do this. I don't know that we can do this. I would make this the number one priority of my foreign policy as well. We can do this and create literally millions of good-paying union jobs.
Who was that?
I would make sure that my climate policy was led by environmental justice and members of the community.
What the fuck is environmental justice?
Tree huggers. Tree huggers.
Fucking hippies. Let their heads explode in 3, 2, 1. Do they know how many fucking cans of paint we threw over the side off on the ship? Shit.
Enjoy,
Boosh.
Shamu.
Yeah.
I was passing the first.
That shit was oil based. Hold on.
Energy than any time we've ever done it. My friend was producing more coal and produced more coal.
Sorry, I had to get out of the Domino's shirt.
You're good.
All of Great Britain.
Yes, I can drink my beer on camera.
And he's been there for. But the idea we started, let's get this straight. I think it is the existential threat of all.
You know, I want to go back to that whole debate you guys were having about the leave.
The what?
About the family leave.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, man, that should have been paid from go. However, you shouldn't have to fucking wait a year with a company. You know what I mean? To get it.
But here's the thing. Okay, so let's say you work for a company that has 10 employees and you're a sales-based organization. So you've got one CEO and you've got 9 employees that sell. So here's the thing is if what these guys are proposing is that for 3, 6, 12 months that the employer has to pay, not the government, the employer has to pay the wages for that employee while they're gone. Now here's the thing. Typically in a paid leave scenario, for one thing or another, a company will typically, like in a sales organization, for people that have commissions, what happens is, well, that person is gone. So if that person, let's say they make $2,000 a month salary and they get $1,000 a month in commission on average, and they go out for disability. There are some states that mandate that the company, like for unions are the worst, dude. What they'll mandate is that the company has to pay X percent. The employee will file for disability, which will give them typically 60% of their
66.
Yeah, of their salary.
Right.
It doesn't factor in commissions or anything else like that. Unions will then kick in to get them up to 100%, and then the employer has to pay them an average of the previous 12 months commissions. Yeah. So that means for a year, and if they change it the way they want to do it, then what happens is the union then doesn't pay anything, the government pays nothing, but yet the employer then has to pay 100% of those wages plus 100% of the average of their commissions. So here's the really shitty part is if that person, let's say the month right before they shoot that kid out, they have the most epic month of their life being a fucking badass salesperson, and they tell all their customers, hey, I'm going to be going, I'm pregnant, buy from me, blah, blah, blah. And it skews their commissions. So let's say the previous 12 months, they've had $1,000 and they have 10 grand this month. They've just added almost another grand to their average per month for a year. So that's $24,000 in salary plus another almost $24,000 in commissions, and that employee is producing zero income for the company. So they then become a $48,000 liability. The other option for the employer is this. In states that are an at-will employer, the option is this. Mr. or no, Mr. only in California, Mrs. So and so, we no longer need your services. Here's your final check. Let me go ahead and escort you to your desk. You can pick up your belongings, and we'll go ahead and escort you out. Now, here's the thing: that company, at that point, they're probably going to have to pay unemployment for that employee. But what is unemployment in the U.S.? What, 30%, 33% of your highest earning quarter? What?
2/3.
Still 2/3. So then, if you're an employer, are you going to pay 2/3 for 6 months, or
Here's
are you
the
going to
catch.
pay 200% for 12 months?
Now, here's the catch. Here's where employers piss and moan, okay? And I want you to see this as somebody who has dealt with the payroll side of the situation. Say employee A gets pregnant, okay? And towards the end of the pregnancy, they get put on bed rest, last trimester.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's 90 days plus the 6 weeks after, correct?
correct.
Okay, 6 to 8 weeks, depending on the employer.
Right. And
Okay,
also whether they have a natural childbirth or an emergency C-section.
cesarean.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so either way, there is a little buffer in there.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me it's gonna hurt a company, which, mind you, if this does come to fruition, the government is gonna have to kick in. Period. It's just
But
not.
that's how it is right now. Companies don't.
Now,
The government
but
through
here's
disability pays them.
No, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Okay. With that, if you look at what's actually being paid to unemployment, it doesn't come from the company. It comes from the state.
Right, through disability.
No, through unemployment insurance. Companies have to pay the state so much a year or a quarter
Right.
for this
For UI, uninsurance. Yeah. Or unemployment insurance.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Along with Social Security, along with disability, along with work comp. Right. All of these are insurances. So you mean to tell me that they won't just create another insurance for company A to have to take care of somebody who's off and coming back?
No, but
Hell,
that's
make
but
them
that's
have
the
to stay
thing.
another year. You know what I
But
mean?
like no insurance company is going to create the government is a fuck up. No, the cost to benefit ratio is not there. Employers will just fucking fire their employees. They're just gonna fire them. That's all they're gonna do.
Okay, now let me tell you about neighboring states, Missouri and Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay. Missouri is an at-will state.
Right.
They can get that off in Missouri. However, Kansas, right next door, literally, I could throw a rock and hit the son bitch from where I live. Literally, like that's how close Kansas is to me.
Right.
However, Kansas is a right to work state.
What does that mean? Because I'm in a at-will employer state.
Aha, there's the catch. Now, what America is trying to trend towards is a right to work state, right to work, where we have to give you cause to fire you. We have to have paperwork in order. We have to do, the employer has to do their due diligence to try to get every ounce of work out of you before they say, all right, we're done. Now, let's say Joe Schmo comes up with pancreatic cancer or some cancer of some sort. And he has to take off. He has to lay off. He has to work from home. He has to do whatever he can to get through the treatment. So you mean to tell me that you're going to punish Joe Schmo, who's already got a tough enough time? You know what I mean? In an at-will state.
Ryan had a point, though. Here's the major difference.
Now, no, here's my thing. FMLA covers everything.
Correct.
From health issues to pregnancies to
FMLA just makes sure
like
you keep your job. It doesn't make sure that you get paid.
Right, and that was the initial. Now, here's what I remember about the FMLA debates. The initial proposal was for the unemployment rate.
Right.
The original 2/3, which I feel to this day is fair. I feel that's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
As a
dude,
man
there's
with 3 kids, listen to me. As a man with 3 kids, I didn't take off any for their birth. Mind
Right.
you, I was on Westpac with you for my daughter.
Right.
Okay. With my son, I was working at the railroad.
Right.
No, with both my boys, I was at the railroad. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
How many days did I take off?
None.
Not a one. Why? I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So,
But they don't even bring it up for men though. They're only talking about women though.
right. That's what I'm saying. My
Like
ex-wife
that's
didn't
drop
work.
shit too.
My ex-wife didn't work.
But like,
You know what I mean?
if
Neither
I
one
had
of
a
the
kid,
bitches worked. Excuse me. Neither one of them motherfuckers worked.
like,
Shit.
I mean, dude, it's a veterans roundtable. We're gonna fucking cuss. So
Yeah, but I'm not gonna call women bitches like that.
that
That's
reminds
'cause
me of
I
the
don't-
Cat Williams.
I know
He's like,
those 2 bitches. Look, I know those 2 bitches personally, but I'm not gonna get into that. They might watch this and be like, "Oh my god, you call me a bitch," and whatever, bitch.
but like,
Anywho,
and so, boy, might light some fucking hair on fire here. All right. Like,
all right.
I have no problem, none whatsoever. Like, if the federal government wants to create a program that funds women to take time off, it is scientifically proven that the more
pay that.
time in the first year, the more time that a mother has to spend with her child full time, the better off that kid is.
Mhm.
Even more
In the
so,
first 5.
yeah. And so, like, if the federal government wants to take $10 out of my paycheck every pay period to fund something like that, go ahead. I'm down. I have no problem. But God damn it,
Look, I'm
if
with that.
I want to fucking take time off and get paid for it when my child is born, like,
I need that.
you go fucking burn your goddamn bra and let me be the fuck off too.
Yep.
Like, because I'm paying into it. It's just like unemployment insurance. The fucking government takes change out of my paycheck every month to pay for it.
Now, with that though, there has to be some nip and tuck, some ebb and flow, some balance.
Yeah. Like, there's got to be a lifetime amount that you can withdraw from.
I won't say lifetime.
Just because you got a fucking clown car vagina doesn't mean you get to get paid all the fucking time. No, fuck you.
Agreed. However, there is some, like, okay, if you're, let's say I'm the oh god, what were they? The Tuckers, Fishers. I can't think of that big ass family out of Arkansas. The one where they turned out the brother was raping all the sisters. That one.
Oh, the Duggars.
The Duggars.
Yeah, big old Mormon
Okay.
family.
Yeah. That wife didn't work.
No.
That man worked.
They also got paid a mint by TLC to have a stupid fucking show.
I wouldn't give a damn. They had 18 kids before they had the show.
That's called a fucking long game right there, dude.
You hear me? Like, she pushed all these little motherfuckers. Oh, man, she a bad motherfucker to me. She a bad one to me. I wouldn't even want to go up in there. I don't even want to see what that looks like after that type of hell. But
Well,
whatever.
she might feel you. I'm still going to hell for that.
Yeah, you're hell going to hell for that.
Welcome back, Ryan. We're both notched on food. We're hungry as hostages over here.
Man, listen, runaways. But you can't say that because you didn't run nowhere.
Yeah.
You got put on a boat called the indentured servant. But anyway, moving on. So,
All right, let's go back to listening for a little bit.
Vocally speaking out about the violation of the commitment they made to Hong Kong. We have to speak out and speak loudly about violations of human rights.
Senator Klobuchar, just to follow up, would you go against the Saudis, even though that would potentially help Iran, their adversaries?
we need a new foreign policy in this country, and that means renewing our relationships with our allies. It means rejoining international agreements, and it means reasserting our American values. And so when the president did not stand up the way he should have to that killing and that dismemberment of a journalist with an American newspaper, that sent a signal to all dictators across the country, across the world.
Jamal Khashoggi.
That's wrong. And I want to add a few things to what my colleagues have said. First of all, the question about Russia.
Question. Wait a minute. Didn't like fucking ISIS decapitate a shit ton of motherfuckers during Obama's presidency?
The president precipitously
And Bush's.
nuclear agreement
Yeah.
with Russia. We must
And Bush. You can't just put that on that 8 years. It
All
went
right,
back
15-yard
before.
penalty for bullshitting on that one.
New START treaty. And when it comes to China, we need someone that sees the long term, like I do, just like the Chinese do, because we have a president that literally makes decisions based on his next tweet, and they are in it for the long game. Senator Sanders?
I think I may have been the first person up here to make it clear that Saudi Arabia not only murdered Khashoggi, but this is a brutal dictatorship which does everything it can to crush democracy, treats women as third-class citizens. And when we rethink our American foreign policy, what we have got to know is that Saudi Arabia is not a reliable ally. We have got to bring Iran and Saudi Arabia together in a room under American leadership and say we are sick and tired of us spending huge amounts of money and human resources because of your conflicts. And by the way, the same thing goes with Israel and the Palestinians. It's no longer good enough for us simply to be pro-Israel. I am pro-Israel. But we must treat the Palestinian people as well with the respect and dignity that they deserve. What is going on in Gaza right now, with youth unemployment at 70 or 80%, is unsustainable. We need to be rethinking who our allies are around the world, work with the United Nations, and not continue to support brutal dictatorships.
Thank you, Senator. Rachel?
Senator Warren, only about
I can
1%
get with that.
of Americans serve in the United States military right now. Should that number be higher? Yes, I think it should be. You know, all three of my brothers served in the military. One was career military. The other two also served. I think it's an important part of who we are as Americans. And I think the notion of shared service is important.
And Elizabeth Warren is 1/1200th of a veteran.
Work together in different regions, people who grew up. Also, families share that sacrifice. I remember what it was like when I was a little girl. My brother, my oldest brother, he served 5.5 years off and on in combat in Vietnam. I'd like to my mother every day to check the mailbox. Had we heard from Don Reed? How's he doing? And if there was a letter, she was brighter than the day. And if it wasn't, she'd say, well, maybe tomorrow. This is about building for our entire nation. And I believe we should do that. I also
What
believe
does that have to do with anything?
opportunities in this country. So, for example, what I want to do is for our federal lands, I want to bring in 10,000 people who want to be able to serve in our federal lands, to be able to help rebuild our national forests and national parks as a way to express both public service and their commitment to fighting back against
Isn't that the Forest Service and like AmeriCorps and like all the other service organizations that are already in place?
Would you cut military spending, or would you keep it on the same trajectory?
We need to reprioritize our budget as a whole and our military spending in particular. It's
Agreed.
not just how much. We certainly need to look at the runaway growth
Where?
in military spending. It's also where. Right now, we are spending a fraction of the intention and resources on things like the artificial intelligence research that China is doing right now. If we fall behind on artificial intelligence,
Isn't it funny that we just talked about that a couple weeks ago?
that the United States is building just turn into bigger targets. We do not have a 21st century security strategy coming from this president. After all, he's relying on 17th century security.
Ryan, how many Twitter wars are you in right now?
or a big wall. There is no planning for how civilian, diplomatic, and military security work needs to take place for the future. Can I respond?
Judge, thank you.
Respond on this. Coming up, we will have much more in a few minutes. We're going to take a quick break. Just a moment. Stay with us.
Excuse me.
Interesting they didn't go to Tulsi about any of that. Being one of, what, 2 veterans that's on there right now?
Yeah. And who, what, Doug Buttigieg? I think he was Air Force, right?
I'm not sure. Ryan, you know?
And I think Bernie Sanders served in like the Air Corps or something way back in the
Buttigieg,
1920s.
what branch was he in?
I don't know.
Wasn't it like
He's
Air Force?
probably the Navy.
Hey.
I almost spit my beer out. That's fucked up, dog. Watch it. Probably the Navy. That was cute. Damn,
Let's
fucking
see.
wax. Excuse me.
He was in the Navy.
God damn it. God
Probably
damn
a
it.
fucking airman.
He was
I
in
know
the
he wasn't
Navy
no bosun
Reserve.
Navy
He
versus.
was an airman. Look, I called it, didn't I?
He was probably a fucking
airman.
SK, I bet you.
Or a yeoman or some shit. I can see it now. YNC, Buttigieg.
Wait. How is Tulsi not even on this list right now?
I think he
What
dropped out.
I mean, I'm live streaming from NBC.
Yeah, he
Oh.
took- Yeah, he was an intel officer in the Naval Reserve.
Yeoman.
He deployed to Afghanistan in 2014, but he was a FOBIT.
Huh.
What in the hell? So,
I
as
love
of
how
right
they
now,
say information intelligence and all that bullshit just to say he was a yeoman. He was a paper pusher.
mhm. Well, that's was it. I commented on LinkedIn the other day that one of my favorite oxymorons is military intelligence.
Yeah, they tell us what to fucking do. That's why I sucked at it. Whatever, it's honest.
I mean, Tulsi has actual combat experience, so
Oh my God! So age 65 and above, Joe Biden is running away at 44%. 18 to 34 is Bernie, then Elizabeth, then Joe Biden.
oh, that's
Joe
disappointing.
Biden is gonna get a lot of love because of Obama.
Yeah.
Seriously, he's riding Obama's coattail, and I don't fucking blame him. However, if he runs against Trump, Trump is gonna run a smear campaign, and every fucking meme that ever hit social media with Biden on it is gonna come back up.
Mm-hmm.
Every fucking meme. Anything that dumbass can do to smear this man on social media, he's gonna do it. One, Biden ain't a tweeter. You know,
No.
Elizabeth Warren, I've seen her on Twitter. Hell, she tweets out about Trump all the time.
That's not her. That's a goddamn staffer. Betcha.
Whatever. It's her name. Period. You know what I mean? Just like with Trump, you know he's not tweeting that shit himself. He's got somebody to wipe his ass for him. I doubt if he's making his own tweets. Man, he need to fire who's ever spelling that shit. Damn it, I hate it when wax sits for over a day. I should have been finished this. Man, it's nothing like that after work smoke. So where'd Justin go? He lose signal again? Oh, wow. No internet. Oh, they didn't like him talking shit. Let's...
Politics.
Bernie needs to put his fucking hand down.
As president, I will usher in a 21st century White House that actually represents the interests of all Americans first and foremost.
Congressman Gabbard, thank you for that. Mr. Yang, what would you do about the issue?
I thought that's what it was for anyway.
Well, first we have to designate white supremacist terrorism as domestic terrorism so that the Department of Justice can properly measure it.
Agreed.
I talked to
Fucking
an
agreed.
anti-hate activist named Christian Picciolini, who told me about how he was radicalized over a 10-year period. He said he was a lonely 14-year-old and that he was reached out to by a hate group and he wound up joining it for a decade. Now he's out and he's helping convert people out of those hate groups and back into the rest of society. But what he told me was that if anyone had reached out to him when he was that hurt, broken 14-year-old boy,
There he is.
he would have. He said if it had been a coach, I would have gone with him. If it had been a mentor or teacher, I would have gone with them. But instead, it was a hate group. So what we have to do is we have to get into the roots of our communities and create paths forward for men in particular who right now are falling through the cracks. And when you look at gun violence in this country, 96+% of the shooters we're talking about are young boys and young men. We have to, as a country, start finding ways to turn our boys into healthy, strong young men who do not hate, but instead feel like they have.
Stop taking the dads out the fucking house.
Yang, thank you for that. Vice President Biden, the Me Too movement
That
has
part.
cultural reckoning around the issue of sexual violence and harassment against women in America. Are there specific actions that you would take early in your administration to address this problem?
Yes, and by the way, it's one of the reasons, the first thing I would do is make sure we pass the Violence Against Women Act reauthorization, which I wrote. The fact I didn't write the reauthorization, I wrote the original act. The fact is that what happens now is that we, in fact, have to fundamentally change the culture of how women are treated. That's why, as vice president, when I asked the president I could start the movement on the college campuses to say it's on us. It's everyone's responsibility. We do not spend nearly enough time dealing with. I was stunned when I did a virtual town meeting that told me 30,000 people are on the call, young people between 15 and 25, and found out. I said, "What do you need? What do you need to make you safer on college campuses and on your schools?" You know what they said? Get men involved. Engage the rest of the community. And that's when we started this movement on the college campuses to fundamentally change the culture. No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger other than in self-defense, and that's rarely ever occurs. And so we have to just change the culture.
Shit.
And keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it.
All right.
No, I really mean it. It's a gigantic issue, and we have to make it clear from the top, from the president on down, that we will not tolerate it. We will not tolerate this culture.
Mr. Vice President, thank you. Senator Harris, this week you criticized Mayor Pete Buttigieg's outreach to African American.
Did you guys see that?
Quote, the Democratic nominee has got to
Barely.
be someone who has the experience of connecting with all of who we are as the diversity of the American people, end quote. What exactly prompted
Two genders, two scoops, two terms.
Oh, there was
Dead.
also a question that related to a stock photograph that his campaign published. But listen, I think that it really speaks to a larger issue, and I'll speak to the larger issue. I believe that the mayor has made apologies for that. The larger issue is that for too long, I think candidates have taken for granted constituencies that have been the backbone of the Democratic Party.
The
and
women.
overlooked constituencies. And when it's close to election time and show up in a black church and want to get the vote, but just haven't been there before. I mean, there are plenty of people who applauded black women for the success of the 2018 election, applauded black women for the election of a senator from Alabama. But at some point, folks get tired of just saying, "Oh, thank me for showing up," and say, "Well, show up for me," because when black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to die in connection with childbirth in America, when the sons of black women will die because of gun violence more than any other cause of death, when black women make 61 cents on the dollar as compared to all women who tragically make 80 cents on the dollar, the question has to be, where you been and what are you going to do? And do you understand who the people are? And I'm running for president because I believe that we have to have leadership in this country who has worked with and have the experience of working with all folks. And we've got to recreate the Obama coalition to win. And that means about women, that's people of color, that's our LGBTQ community, that's working people, that's our labor unions. But that is how we are going to win this election, and I intend to win. Senator Harris, thank you. Mayor Buttigieg, your response to that?
Well,
My response is I completely agree. And I welcome the challenge of connecting with black voters in America who don't yet know me.
I'm so
And
glad he didn't say African
what's
American.
my plan?
I
Let me
fucking
talk
hate
about what's
that
in my heart
sound, that
and why
word.
this is important. As mayor of a city that is racially diverse and
I gotta cut this one short. My shit's about to die. I have it on the charger, but using it while it's charging is not.
Yeah. All right, man. Enjoy the debate. Jesus, I don't know if I can stomach much more myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is painful.
I mean,
I'm
I'll put
ready
it
to go
like
hop in
this,
my
man.
car and find a telephone pole at 70 miles an hour.
Not me.
I'm just gonna sit here and drink.
That's what right there.
Well, I don't get to drink until I'm done with this freaking. Hey, I gotta say, I'm gonna give props to my wife. This whole egg fast thing that we're doing, she made garlic bread out of eggs. I don't know, as good as shit. So,
Well, I'll tell you this. Watch the cholesterol and don't eat more than 4 yolks a day.
yeah, I just can't be
It'll
like
drive
fat
you-
bastard with these fucking tits anymore. It's
Listen
getting
to me.
old.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Then get rid of the yolks. That's where all the fucked up shit in eggs is.
I need a drink. All right, Ryan. I'll Matt, you gonna bounce too? I think I'm done.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm a
got
bounce.
opinions about all that shit.
Yeah, man, I can't handle this shit anymore. I now remembered why I never watched Democratic debates to begin with.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hell,
So-
Republican debates are just as dry.
They're
It
way
all
better.
sounds the same. Dude,
They're
it all
way
sounds
better.
the same. It
Nah.
all fucking sounds the same to me.
They're a whole hell of a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah, because they're all fucking retarded on the Republican side. They're all high
Right.
and coked out. Fucking weirdos.
All right, man. Enjoy your beer. Enjoy your smoky. Get home safe, and we'll reconvene next week.
Oh, look it. I'm home.
Nice.
Just sitting outside.
All right, man. Go and give
That's
your
why I
kiddos
picked
some
the beer
loves
up.
and enjoy some time with the family.
All right, man. See you later.
All right, dude. Late.
Later.